Hi,
Well, hello.
I'm Jel.
I'm Ray.
Let's go cruising.
Okay.
Excited to go camping.
I know, me too, dude.
We're gonna go camping.
Yep, we're going camping today.
We're taking the boys and I'm taking the girls.
The boys meaning our men, girls meaning her dogs.
It's gonna be a party. Party.
Party.
Party. Love, adore, Delano.
Love
But
her.
yeah, I'm excited to go camping. I've been camping, like legitimately camping since I was a kid.
I've never been camping, and I'm a Colorado native, and I've never been, and I've always wanted to go, but nobody
How
ever
dare
wanted
you?
to.
Just kidding. No, it's okay. Not all of the Coloradans.
But again, though, to be clear, I've been to camp, like by all means out in the mountains. I went to music camp through church, and we stayed in the log cabins, but I always wanted to stay in like a tent and stuff. Well, not log cabins, I don't know. They were still cabins, but they weren't your typical little log cabins. They were big.
I guess the most recent woodsy thing I did was during the Reagan term. So that was a while.
She's not old. Well, she's not. No, she's talking about her ex-boyfriend. That was a figure of speech.
But this time we're going, and this is the first time I'm going with Kyle.
It's the first time I'm going with Roland.
I'm excited.
And with you.
Yeah, and
This
with
is
you.
all our first time.
Oh man.
Well, together.
Yeah. Oh man. But so today, excuse me, we're back on Animal Lovers because we love all the animals.
Animals!
I'm an animal. And it's Rachel's turn. So I have no idea what you picked, by the way. Like, I don't know what she's gonna talk about.
Girl, I didn't have any idea for a little bit until...
It's been busy. It's been a busy week. It's
Yeah,
been very busy
it has.
for us.
It has. But in general, though, when I picked it, it was more because, I don't know, it just kind of kept coming up in my mind. So,
Okay.
what I picked was the black mamba. The snake.
The irony with that, okay, I only say irony with that because this bitch is like deathly afraid of snakes
Yeah.
and spiders.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
She's
I walked by a daddy long leg today. I almost
She can't
freaked
even
out.
like I guess not deathly afraid of snakes, but she like you don't like snakes. That's
anacondas. I'm done.
That's really
I'm
interesting that you picked a snake.
Done. Yeah.
Okay.
As scary as certain things are, like, you know, the snakes, sharks, sometimes spiders, they're still fascinating to me. And
Yeah.
for some reason, when I picked, because I didn't freaking pick an anaconda, that is something I am deathly afraid of.
That's funny because I'm picking my fear too.
Ugh. I don't mind the movie. By all means, give me some J-Lo and Ice Cube. John Voight did amazing in that movie. Like, he's such a great actor.
You know, the part of that movie that just tainted my mind was when the snake eats the white guy.
Owen Wilson.
Owen Wilson. And you see him
Yeah, in
his
the belly.
body in the belly. That
Yup.
always creeped me out,
For
man.
me, it was when he regurgitated the bad guy at the end. That always got me. And then he like,
No. That like stuck in my mind. Yeah, scary.
but yes, I
Okay,
have done
so-
the black
And
mamba.
why the black mamba though? Like what kept drawing you to that?
Well, at first I was thinking about the Egyptian asp, which might be a future thing. But they're very similar because, as most of us know, the Egyptian asp is the one that Cleopatra used to commit suicide, so they say.
Okay.
And
Okay.
but just the name Black Mamba kept popping up into my head. And by all means, R.I.P. Kobe Bryant and his daughter. By all means, rest in peace.
Oh.
I'm not a big basketball fan, though, so I'm not referring to, like, oh, I'm a fan, I just kept thinking about the Black Mamba. No, it wasn't even that. Like, the actual animal, for whatever reason, I was, like, kept thinking about this topic and what I should do. I don't know. Kept slithering into my mind.
No pun intended.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I keep thinking? The Black Mamba is Megamind, where he made, what's the sidekick's name? The fish?
Oh, girl, I don't know. I actually have only seen that movie one time.
It's a hilarious movie,
yeah.
but his sidekick guy made him an outfit, and he's like, I call it the Black Mamba.
Oh my god.
That's making me think of
That
that.
make me remember that part. Very vaguely.
Oh man, such a good movie.
Oh,
So
Jesus.
funny. Anyway, but okay.
But yeah, with the Black Mamba, and per usual, I got most of my facts from like Wikipedia and whatnot. And yeah, it's Wikipedia, but these are just the main facts because I didn't want to look up things like attacks or.
Everybody uses Wikipedia.
Yeah, like by all means.
It's the first thing that pops up.
I've seen many a show that involves the Black Mamba, like many, you know, like those little documentaries of 72 deadliest, you know, venomous snakes, whatever. But I did jot down like very quick fun facts, and I did get into a couple more things. But they are obviously highly venomous and highly aggressive. And they are native to the sub-Saharan Africa, which at first threw me off because I was like, well, wait though. Wouldn't they be more north up, like where the desert is? And I'm like, no, that's the Egyptian asp. So a lot of people get these two very confused.
Oh.
So they are the second largest venomous snake after the king cobra. And that might be, that's definitely another one I'm interested in, but a little too intense right now.
Later.
Maybe later, yeah. But they commonly grow to be almost about 10 feet, and they can weigh.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's enough. Yeah.
10 feet?
About 10 feet.
I'm over here picturing, like,
This little snake.
yeah.
No, it ain't no garter snake.
I mean, not little, but, like,
Like 5, 6 feet.
yeah.
No, these can go 9.3. I'm sure maybe even a little bit more, so closer to 10.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's a big snake.
that's scary.
And they're pretty quick. But there's a lot of things that they're known for that are actually highly exaggerated. But they can also weigh like 2.3 to 3.5 pounds, which kind of threw me off a little bit because I'm like, well, if it's that long, wouldn't it weigh more? They're not one of those big, thick, constricting snakes. They're quick, they're venomous,
Okay, maybe
they're
that's
agile.
why in my mind they don't seem like they should be that big because of like
How thin they are.
Yeah.
Yep. They're not like ropes either. Like in, you know, the Amazon, you see like the vipers and whatnot.
yeah, and they like hang down the tree and you think it's a yeah.
The vine, yeah. It's not like that. But some people have reported them being as long as 14 to 15 feet.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Now, the thing with Black Mamba, though, and I mentioned earlier that people get them confused with the Egyptian asp. The easy way to tell, though, the Black Mamba is not actually black. They're very rarely black. They can be gray to dark brown, sometimes like an olive color.
Oh.
The juveniles tend to be paler than the adults, and they darken with age, which makes perfect sense because a lot of animals are like that, especially fish.
Yeah.
I did not know that to begin with, though.
That's interesting.
So that was a fun fact.
Every time they shed, they just get darker and darker.
Essentially, yeah.
Wow.
Their pigments come in. But the name Black Mamba actually refers to the inside of the mouth.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
What's a twist?
So when they're threatened, they display it and they open up their mouth and like they'll hiss and stuff, very, like kind of strike towards you, but they display the dark purple, bluish gray, or black mouth that they have.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So with that, let's see. Now their fangs in general can grow to like just 0.26 inches. And now again, they're highly venomous, so they don't need big fangs because that's not a huge fang, but at the same
It just
time,
takes one little prick.
Exactly. And they'll when they do strike, they'll strike you a few times.
So how fatal is it if it strikes you?
Oh, very much. You have 10 minutes.
10 minutes. That's it.
Yeah, you need antivenom.
Oh my god.
Immediately.
Like you're done.
You're done. But where they live at, they're more terrestrial and arboreal. So meaning they live in the ground and they live in the trees.
Okay.
So just careful when you're walking under some trees.
So you're not safe anywhere.
Not really.
You're not safe on the ground.
Not in the Sub-Sahara, you're not.
Like, you're done.
Yeah, you're finished.
Oh my god.
But they prefer like savanna-like areas, woodland, rocky slopes, and like dense forests. So
like
stay away from that. Yeah, exactly. So stay away from that. But they're more likely though to prey on birds and like small animals, and they will eat other snakes.
Oh.
And I remember watching a documentary where they were included, and I think sometimes they'll eat each other every once in a while.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
These things are ruthless.
They can be, absolutely.
Wow.
They're very aggressive. But they can only move up to 10 miles an hour.
That's really?
Yeah.
I would have thought, like, I mean, I don't know what the average speed for a snake is, but I would think fast.
Especially for how long it is, but again, they don't have legs. They're just slithering. And mind you, this is through,
but
like
how some of them, like, how, like, the desert ones slither up and it looks like it's walking.
Yeah. Like a
but
crab.
they do it so fast.
Ugh.
Or, like...
But they've adapted to that environment.
Yeah, that's true.
They're adapted to just climbing
because
on
I feel
everything.
like garden snakes are really fast
I
when
mean,
we see them here.
They're slimy,
but
too.
10 miles an hour doesn't sound very fast.
Not really, and that's, again, because they're venomous. They don't need to go fast. If they want prey, they don't necessarily have to chase you. They can just chase you as far as they can and just strike you. That's why they're long.
Wow.
Yeah.
What a way to put it.
Now,
They're like, no, bitch, you come to me.
yeah, and then if you have anti-venom, then you'll be fine. They at least have an anti-venom for it. But attacks on humans, like, they only do it if they're being threatened or being cornered. So just stay away. And I think the closest...
So they won't just go out of their way to get you?
No. Like,
I mean, most animals don't.
The closest they'll usually tolerate humans is at 130 feet.
Okay, and if you do see that, you should be walking the other way.
And they'll start warning you. Like, they warn you. And for the most part, when they see a human, they just go to the nearest hole or go to the nearest brush.
They run away.
They try to run. And again, if you're cornering, trying to catch them, they feel threatened in some way, which you chasing them is a threat to them. Why wouldn't they strike?
That's like, okay, you better beware if you scare Rachel, because if you scare her and you're too close, she's gonna turn around and clock you in the head.
Yeah, and
it's the same thing, just don't get too close.
And Roland thinks I'm like too intense when I say that. He will literally quietly, not even on purpose, he just comes whipping around the corner like, hey babe, and I'm just like, babe, I have a knife in my hand. Or like, I'll be like, babe, I almost punched you. And he's like, I see that, babe.
You said that to me.
I hold back because I know subconsciously, like, it's just you guys. But the other reality part of me is obviously so terrified in the moment, I can't help but react. I'm hyper-focused already. Like, you caught me off guard.
And it's always when I don't even have to, like, come around and, you know, like...
She doesn't have to try.
Spook her and try. I'll just be like... And she'll be like, bitch!
It's a gift and a curse, I guess. But, yeah, I mean, in general, though, like I said, very venomous, all that jazz. And going back to, like, their features, like we were saying earlier, they're really long, obviously, slender, and they have a coffin-shaped head, which I thought was interesting how they described that.
A coffin-shaped head.
A coffin-shaped head.
Just to make it just that much more badass.
Right? And medium-sized
wow.
eyes. So their scales every once in a while, and I've noticed this on like the videos and like TV shows I've seen, they have a little purple sheen to it.
Ooh.
Yeah, like a little tint.
And you said they're not always black.
No.
Interesting.
So I'm assuming
like you said, black mamba. I'm over here picturing like a black snake, and you telling me, like, re-describing it to me, like, that's not what I had in my head.
Right? And that's another reason why I was fascinated. I think it's so drawn to it, because this wasn't what I expected. I confused it with the Egyptian asp.
Okay. Because even with the purple sheen, like, I'm picturing it right now, it's not on a black I have to remember it's not black, so I don't see the purple on the black. It's like black on the olive color. Like,
mind
what?
you, it's probably not necessarily purple on the olive color. It's probably more like that with like the darker that it is.
The darker they get,
yeah,
the more obviously they.
Exactly.
Okay.
So I don't know though.
I'm just picturing it, and it just looks so pretty.
Either way, they have gray and white underbellies.
Okay. Snakes are pretty. I like looking at snakes, especially some of like the colors and stuff that they come in.
Some of them do have cool colors.
They have like really cool colors.
Mind you though, for me, it's hard as an artist because I'm drawn to the colors, but
you're also like,
seeing those scales and just how long it is already, I'm like, I can't. If you're a snake lover, that's fine. Like, be a snake lover. I've lived with a snake. My roommate had one back in the day. A little ball python.
I lived with one too. I miss
I've held them. I have to change out their stuff at work. I get it. I've held them. I don't like them. I wouldn't own one. Some of them are cute. Some of them, I think, should just stay away, to put it lightly.
There was one at this pet store. And it was what kind of, it was a corn snake, and
it's
I was
really
like,
small and thin. It was a baby.
I was like looking at it, and I was like, oh my god, he's so pretty, and blah blah blah. And she goes, call it shoelace. And I started cracking up. I was like, shoelace.
We had one of a ball python. He was a banana ball python, a little baby also. Not baby, but a little juvenile. And the way I held him, he like held his body downwards and like was all like S-shaped. He was just like, ugh. And so like when I held him, like, your name is Snot. And I held him up by my nose. TM, that's mine.
Oh man.
But going back to the Mambas though, their eyes can range between like a grayish brown to like shades of black. And the pupil is surrounded by a silver white or a yellowish color. That's like the iris. So that I thought was interesting because that's one of the last things I'm sure you see when you get striked by a Mamba.
Oh. What an image.
And they're spitting cobras too. Like,
oh yeah, they
yeah, Steve Irwin got hit in the eye one time when we was like, oh, you got me Lord. I'm like, what'd you think was gonna happen? You were holding him by the tail. Like,
I love Steve Irwin.
I love him too. R.I.P. man. But as far as going back to where they like to live, they like to use termite mounds, abandoned burrows, rock crevices, and tree cracks as shelters. So mind that. Whenever you're walking through the sub-Saharan, mind that. And they do like to bask twice a day, usually in the same spot, like little basking area that they go to.
They have their favorite spots. Mm-hmm. That's cute.
And that's why it's really important that you guys have lighting for reptiles. Like snakes need it, dragons need it, anoles, like whatever basking. Be the case. They need the UVB, the daylight, the nightlight, and by all means, there's ways you can rig it and kind of be lenient with it, depending on the animal. But even birds need that sometimes, I found out.
Some of the fish like that, too.
It helps with their bone development.
Like, Midnight, my beta, he likes it under the lamp where he's at right now.
See?
It keeps him warm.
But a UVB, though, that gives the different types of vitamins out of the bones and stuff. So
it's important.
They like the day and night because animals need to know when it's night and dark also. They have a cycle as well. Mm-hmm. So you got to be mindful of that. But regardless, though, they're skittish and very unpredictable, which is why they're pretty quick.
And very dangerous.
Yeah. And like I said before, like they're not threatening in the sense of they're hunting down humans to strike. Like any animal, you get too close, whether you know it or not, they're going to tell you and they're going to strike at you.
Which is why you should just keep your respectful distance from nature.
And keep your eyes open. Be prepared. Wear like double layers of socks,
Don't bother them. Don't take a selfie with it.
And the Mamba's reputation for being ready to attack is obviously exaggerated. It's same with its speed. It can go 10 miles an hour at a short distance.
Yeah.
On a flat distance, mind you.
Wow.
Yeah. So, when they breed, though, they breed from September through February. And in their little area, that's when it's warmer, because then it starts getting cooler after that. And the rival mates will compete with each other by wrestling with their necks.
Oh.
And some people mistake it for mating because they're all wrapped up around each other and stuff. Like, they're just wrestling until the other one submits.
Wow.
I mean, they don't have arms and legs to choke you, so they just wrap.
But they still have you in a headlock like a...
Like, you slithering jerk. I'm a getter.
Submit now.
Submit. Let me show you how snake-like I can be.
Yeah. God, what a badass of, like, the wild, man. Like,
But-
that, they're just that intimidating and that aggressive. That's crazy.
Yeah, and when people see it, they mistake it for mating.
That's crazy to me.
I would. I'd think, oh, are they mating or fighting?
Like, oh, they're loving each other.
I don't,
In reality, like we said,
I got you. So, as far as mating goes, for reference, the male slithers to the dorsal side of the female. The female will lift her tail and stay still. Ho.
me?
¡Ah! Mira. Tu madre está escuchando. Now, the male then coils around the posterior end of the female. This can last longer than 2 hours. Ooh.
Need a break in between.
Now, here's the kicker. They're motionless when they're apart, and the male will twitch every once in a while. That was what it said on Wikipedia.
I like how you made it a point that you had to put that in there.
Though they're separate, they're motionless, they're done. He's just twitching every once in a while.
2 hours, man.
Shoot,
Straight.
man. Now, from the result of that, the female can lay between 6 to 17 eggs.
A lot of babies.
A lot of
after
babies.
2 hours.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sure.
true. That's why he had to make sure. Like, it's like, this works. So, in total, they can live a little over 11 years.
It's a long time.
Yeah, it's not too bad for a snake. So,
Unfortunately, it's like average for animals.
for depending. But
That's how long our dogs get.
mine was 19. It's okay. They grow by love. But in the end, that's the black mamba. And again, I didn't want to go into like a horror stories or, you know, survivor stories because it wasn't necessarily about that. It was more about
You were just interested
facts,
in the animal.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
the animal itself is interesting.
I was fascinated by that. I wasn't fascinated by the horror stories of
Well,
it.
like, nature is just fascinating and how they just live their little lives, like, and they just know. That's what they do. Like, that's just what they know how to do.
And as Steve Irwin would say, crikey.
Like, they're amazing, mate. Like,
They are.
they're fascinating. I kind of can't get over the aggressiveness that they have, and they're just like,
They just sound like they're agitated. Like, bitch, you get near me, I'm gonna tell you. Let me show you my black mouth. Ah, like,
I mean, that's what you do.
see? Mine's purple.
Oh, that's funny.
Again, a lot of people confuse it with the Egyptian asp.
But you need to do an episode about that.
Maybe I will.
Oh, you should have combined them.
I should have.
Oh well, we're busy. But
But by all means, if you want to look up, you know, videos, stuff about black mambas, I encourage you to, because they are just really fascinating and it's fun to know about. Like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to go pet one or go look at one.
Shouldn't.
No.
You just said not to go near those damn things.
No. So that's what I mean. I'm not gonna be one of those people to be like, oh wow, like let me go touch it. No.
And
You
no,
shouldn't
have
for
it
one.
as a pet either.
No, and even then, if you see it at the zoo, cool. Like, I don't even like going into the snake exhibits too much.
This poor bitch. She hates them. Oh, man.
They're cool. They're obviously fascinating. I'm doing a subject of one. I'm not dogging on
As
them.
soon as she sees one, though, she'll, like, freeze up and just, like, be all tense, and she'll be like, ooh, all twitchy like the black mamba.
Not out of satisfaction, though. It's out of fear.
Like she said, the tiny ones don't bother her because obviously they're like shoelace.
Yeah, the babies, I don't
Collar
mind.
lacy,
Yeah.
for short.
I think I was struck by a baby one time, and it was more shock than anything.
I like snakes. I think they're interesting. I'm not afraid of them. She is, though. But I'm not.
I ain't putting a boa around my neck by any point, like how Brittany did.
I'm pretty sure I have a picture of me when I was like, I don't know, between the age of like 5 and 8. And we went to Gatorland in Florida or whatever. Me and my cousin sat down in the big ass anaconda. We took a picture with it. And the head was on my side. And I'm pretty sure they captured because the snake was looking at me. And it was like this, like inches from my face, and it freaked me out. And I the picture is me going, ah!
Oh my god! I would have started crying. That would have traumatized me. How did you get... Are you okay? Like, no wonder you're snake-like today.
It didn't affect me, obviously.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't mind them.
Oh my god.
I'm not scared of them or anything, but
J-Lo
yeah,
over here.
that thing, the thing's face was in my face, and it was really close. And in the picture, you can see me going, ah!
I would have hoped they fed it before y'all came over there.
And they just like, it was fine though. No one reacted. My dad was laughing at me, I'm sure.
Oh my
laughing at
god.
my face, crying.
Oh, I would have been in tears.
Well,
the black mamba.
The black mamba. Oh, that was fun. Okay, well, we gotta cruise back. Get ready for a camping trip.
Woo!
Go camping. Tell you about it next time. Maybe we'll do a video.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
And you guys can watch us be idiots on camping trips. But you can always listen to us on YouTube, and you gotta look us up. Let's Go Cruising with Jel, J-E-L, and Ray, R-A-E, podcast. And then you can also follow us on Instagram at Let's Go Cruising Podcast. You know, you like and subscribe. Maybe be our friends. Tell us about what you want to hear.
Yeah.
Tell us what you like.
Let us know.
What kind of
animals
just chilling. But
are you into?
yeah, really. I love animals. Or if you have an idea for us, tell us.
Yeah.
And you can email us and tell us at letsgocruisingpodcast@gmail.com.
Let's do it.
All right, got that? Like, subscribe, follow us, and we'll hit you on the flip side.
All right, guys. See you later.
See ya. Let's go cruising.